All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brittany Franson. I'm Field Marketing Specialist here in the East Bay. Today, you've joined me for the online profile workshop, where we're going to talk about why it's important to have a brand standard online and how to go about doing those, and then also jumping in to a mostly demo class of each of the different platforms. So with that, before we get started here today, please do mute your microphone. If you have a question, please raise your hand or go ahead and put that into the chat. I will be monitoring both of those as we go along. And if for some reason you do have to jump off here today a little early, we are recording this class and I will be distributing it to you after the class via email with any of the helpful slides that you see here and the recording of the class. So what is a brand? Let's talk about that first. And why is it important to have a brand with your online presence? So visual identity is pretty much what a brand is. It encompasses all those like subconscious thought processes we have where we can just see a logo and know the name of that company, or an image or even a color scheme. So having that visual identity and having that consistent online for you is key. And then the second part of your brand is your business promise. So this is going to be your call to action or your motto for your business. It's going to be what you guarantee to your consistently and what you guarantee and consistently deliver to your clients. So those are the two things I want you to think about as we go through each of the different platforms that we're going to talk about today. So why is it important and what's the benefit to you of projecting a consistent online brand? One, we just talked about customers can differentiate you from the rest of your competition. So you want to be easily recognized. Your business will stand out from others in your industry. And then to increase customer trust and loyalty. So that familiarity you're trying to create with your drip campaigns, your online advertisements, and then your presence online builds that familiarity and effectively turns a lead into a client. How do you create brand consistency? A couple of little steps here. So you want to start with your company name, whether that's going to be your name or your team or your group that you're creating. You want to grab a domain that you're purchasing that's going to stay consistent online with your business name in it. Usually we encourage agents to purchase a unique domain name that includes your actual name in it. It's going to help you be easily organically searched online. Selecting your usernames aligned with your business name, consistent logos throughout. So if you're using your own logo or you're using Coldwell Banker, to be using the same logo on each platform. And then very, very important to have one cover photo of yourself that aligns with either your key message or your actual profile picture. So if you're going into BrandServe and you're picking a cover image, you should have the same cover image on all of your platforms and the same profile pic on all of your platforms. Okay, so today in the demo portion of this class, again, it's very largely demo because we're going to hop into these. We're going to go into Coldwell Banker Homes. We're going to talk about your InTouch website, Zillow, Realtor.com. Now, I can answer any questions about Realtor.com, but for some reason, today, as I was trying to access through the agent hub, I was unable to log in, and that was with 2 different agents' login credentials. So I apologize for not being able to give a a live demo of that, but again, I can answer any questions you may have. We're going to talk a little bit about social media, going to hop on Facebook and then to LinkedIn. Going to give you guys the links if you have not already created a Google My Business account and how to go about that and some of the nuances that go along with that, and then dot signal. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump out of our slides here and talk about our first excuse me, key platform that we're going to talk about is going to be Coldwell Banker Homes and your profile on Coldwell Banker Homes. So to access your profile, to be able to make changes or updates, to upload a new headshot, or to just make sure all of your social media links are in your profile for ColdwellBankerHomes.com, you're going to locate a tile on desk called CB Homes Admin. That's where all of the information on your profile on Coldwell Banker Homes pulls from. Now, when you hop into your account in CB Homes Admin, you're going to be first brought to your agent profile, of course. Now, the information, most of the information in this section is going to be coming directly from Trident, which is what you onboarded with. It's our licensing department, and any edits to say your name or any of the other information that you see here needs to be done through the licensing department. The one major thing that you can do here is update what your primary phone number is. So if you've got your mobile phone, your office phone in there, you want it to be your mobile phone as your primary phone number, that is something that you can change here. For all other changes, you're going to need to reach out to your office administrator and she can request those changes. And then you'll notice here that your email address is going to be your email address with Coldwell Banker. You can't change that to an external email. You may see some agents who have been with us for a really long time who have an external email in there. Those are kind of archived in. So if you're rocking a Gmail or a Yahoo email address, you're going to only see your CB Realty or CB NorCal email here, and we cannot make those changes for you. That's just across the board for every single agent moving forward. Main thing you want to make sure is that your MLS is added in and your MLS ID. So this is going to be the actual ID that you use to log in to your MLS. It's not going to be your license number. You can add multiples. You may not be able to add multiples, but so say you have 2 or 3. Let your SSA or your field marketing specialist know. We'll put a ticket in to add that so you can pop that ID number in there. Next up, you're going to want to go into your social media and add your personal website, Facebook, and all the other social platforms you may have profiles on into your profile on ColdwellBankerHomes.com. I do see quite a few agents come on, and this information, at least their website isn't on there. You want them to kind of be able, if they're on ColdwellBankerHomes.com, they want to find out more about you. You really want to have at least your personal email, or excuse me, personal website in there so that they can access your website and find out more about you. So make sure to include those links. Awards you will not be able to change. That's automatically updated for you. So if you hit an awards and you wanted to know what ranking you were at, you can hop in here and see which award you have. Designations is going to be something you want to manually input. So you'll just hop into designations, click the edit on the right-hand side of the screen, and then go through and put a check mark in any of those designations you have certifications for. And then a very, very big one that we ignore sometimes is languages. So customers, clients are able to go to ColdwellBankerHomes.com and actually search for agents by what language they speak. So if you do have multiple languages, something, you know, even if it's outside of the box, you want to make sure you're adding it in there because that could be a potential new contact client for you through ColdwellBankerHomes.com. So make sure all of your languages are in there, and then your about piece, you can either put in a text bio, or you can add a personal video from Vimeo or for YouTube. So You can add either video or text in there. If you are copying and pasting from a Word document, you are going to want to take special account to the different types of text in there. So there are some boo-boos in here. We're going to go ahead and just make those edits as we see them in the section here. So if you're copying and pasting from a Word doc, your bio, make sure you're taking a little bit of time to check for that different coding between the Word doc and your bio within coldwellbankerhomes.com. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you need to change your photo, you can click on Edit Photo. You can also take a look at any of your listings, just as a heads up to you. So if you've ever wanted to make sure all of your listings are on there, that all should come through from your MLS ID being inputted. But check this, make sure it's correct. And if you have any edits that you're unable to make and need to make those, reach out to your office staff or your field marketing specialist. And pause before we move to the next platform here, see if there's any questions. You can also view this live profile. So if you wanted to take a look at what your profile looks like on Coldwell Banker Homes, you can click through and see what your website, and you see those social links and the website link here are. You can see the bio that was uploaded, and you can even set an agent as your preferred agent from our Coldwell Banker Homes site. I see a hand up with No Name Gary. If you guys want to go ahead and unmute, I can answer that question for you.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Is if you go to if you make a YouTube video, put it on the site, is there a way you can embed the video so it doesn't go off to a lot of other things after it plays?
Is there a way to embed it so that it doesn't like pop open as a new window, or?
No. So I've done it a long time ago, but basically is that if I have a YouTube presentation, and usually after the YouTube presentation and it stops, then it comes up with other videos that's completely unrelated to anything I'm doing. So is there a way to prevent that? I used to know a way to do that by embedding the video so it only locked in.
Just the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how that actually works is going to be like your what videos you've been watching. It's going to play to the next one because you're the one grabbing that link from YouTube. What I encourage agents to do is within when you upload a video to YouTube, create a new playlist for yourself. So start adding all of your sales or real estate related videos into that playlist, and then it'll continue to play the videos that you have in that stream. So at least it won't be something that is not what you're wanting to show. Next, it'll be something that is similar to the video that you have rolling. That's probably the thing I'd encourage you to do. That's a great question though. I don't know off the top of my head, Gary, if there's a way that you can kind of change the code or the link so that it just plays that one video. In here, there is not a way to embed the video. It's just actually uploading the link. So if you go in, you're just going to pop in that link here.
Okay.
So it's not an embedded code. What you could potentially do, and you could probably embed it here in your profile, but I'm going to have to find out for you because I don't see anywhere where you can add source code into your profile biography section. So let me find out, but that's an excellent question. And I haven't had that come up before, so I will find out and I will put it in the recap today if I find an answer to that.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions before we move on here? Okay, well, next up on our tour online, we are going to go over to our InTouch, our market leader websites. Main thing here is what we're focusing on is your profile information and that you have consistent contact information and presence online. So with your In Touch, there's tons to do. You should definitely take a website class if you want to talk a little bit more in depth about the website itself. But the main spot we're going to check out is our account profile. We want to make sure that we've got our display name all completed here. One of the big ones that I bring up is that your external email is set to as your reply to email. So you want your external email to be the one that you're reading all the time, and then set this to your external email. And I'll just go ahead and show you that. It defaults when you create your Market Leader account or In Touch account to your CRM email. If you have it at your CRM email, the only spot you're going to be able to read any replies to from your emails is going to be in your messaging center. So you want to go ahead and make sure that's set to external email. Double check that your license number has been added in. It doesn't come in automatically when you set up your In Touch account. It doesn't ask you for that, so you do need to put that in there. One of the big things is sometimes I see agents just put the numbers and don't put dots or the different formatting for a phone number. So you're going to want to check that and just make sure it's not a 9-digit or 10-digit phone number without any dots or periods or formatting to it. If you have your own domain name, so you've purchased your own unique domain, you want to make sure your marketing website is set to that. And this is marketing, so this is going to be what displays on your marketing collateral. So you don't need the full URL, you just need the domain name and what you want it to display as on your marketing pieces. Here's where you're going to add in your full bio. And then you'll notice you have a bio summary. So this is going to be a short and sweet about you. And then this is going to be that full bio. You can embed a video in here, just a heads up. So you'll go to the source code here and add in a video if you'd like to do that in your bio. And then, of course, adding in your social media. So this is pretty, user-friendly, where you hop in, you pick which platform you're trying to add your link for, add your link in there, and then hit save, and it'll include that in your social media links. So bio, same thing. We're going to be doing the exact same thing pretty much on every platform. So if you want to copy all your links and put them into a Word document, that way you're not having to bounce around in each different platform. You've got them all in one Word document. It makes it a lot easier. It's what I do for a lot of my agents. If they have quite a few different platforms, social platforms that they have profiles on, they want to include those links on all of that, then I would open up either a sticker on my computer or a Word document and just paste those all in there. So each platform I can just copy and paste them right into where they go. You also want to check your images. So you want to make sure you upload your headshot here, and then you can pretty easily from online just Google your office address and grab a picture and upload a picture of your office as well. This is also something, since we're in here, I'll just bring up, it is good to get your MLS set up. So if you have not done that and completed an application and submitted it to Market Leader, reach out to your SSA or your field marketing specialist, and we can walk you through adding your ID and then your office ID into your account so that you can pull listings, send out listing alerts, and have featured properties on your website. So I'm going to go back here to settings. Any questions with your profile setup on your website? Sweet. All right. Next up is Zillow. Biggest thing with Zillow is to bring up, especially if you're new to real estate, there are a couple of different profiles that you can have on Zillow. There is a consumer profile, there's an agent profile, and then there's a team profile. If you are trying to create your Zillow agent profile, you do need to go to Zillow Premier Agent Hub. It's separate from the consumer site to create your profile. So it's for the professionals. You do not automatically have a profile on Zillow. You do on Realtor.com. That's controlled by NAR. So as soon as you get licensed, you've got a profile on there, usually with a lot of blank information and no photo. And that's why this class is so important and something that you should do every 6 or so months, just to make sure all of your profiles are updated and have the most recent information for you. So once you're in as your Premier Agent, you can go into your profile and make edits. And how you do that, so we're looking at the profile here. You can click Edit here, and you can go to your profile section. You need to verify that you are an agent now to be able to have one of these accounts. Before, they would let anybody kind of associated, but now you do. So that's going to be one of the main things, is to make sure you verified your license. You also want to go through and put in all of your information. So for instance, for Kathy here, she's a manager. Coldwell Banker brokerage name is going to be Realty. So Coldwell Banker Realty. Your address, all of the different information, your primary phone, if you want to add in your brokerage phone number. If you have additional licenses, this is very important. Service areas, you want to make sure that your service areas are consistent online. I usually encourage agents, you don't need to put every city that you're going to be doing business in. You know, pick 3 to 5 of your main go-to, like that's your area, that's what you work in, and throw them in there. But if you want to take the time to add a bunch in here, you can do so. Again, back to that language and the different languages that you speak, add that in here, your business start date, specialties, your profile video. And I want to go back to profile video. I'm glad that was a question. This is an excellent idea for you, is to do a profile video or a bio video versus a written bio. We all know that people don't really read anymore. Some of us do, but not a lot. And video that's real short and sweet about you, you're able to use in so many places. You can use it on your personal, you can use it on Zillow. Realtor.com has a spot for a profile video, as well as Coldwell Banker Home. So you can see we are transitioning those kind of bio pieces from the traditional written to a video. Some of your different links for your social sites here and your website, again, definitely important. And then submit for any of those changes, or if you are the first time setting up your account, you would go ahead and save all of that information. So next up, I want to talk about the recent NorCal MLS Alliance. What's happening?
Excuse me, I have a question on the Zillow.
Yeah.
So I tried to set up a Zillow account, and I've been having lots of problems. And I was getting confused whether I have to have a paid Premier account, but I have not been able to add my license.
Okay. Why don't, and this is Matt?
Yes.
Let me make a little note for myself. Matt, why don't I get a hold of you after the class? Maybe we can set up some time to go over it together and get you all set up. Matt? Okay.
I had the same problem. This is Lori Crin.
Okay.
They wouldn't let me do it either.
So you don't have to pay for like the Agent Premier, but you can have a profile on there. But I'd love to be able to have you guys, hop on a one-on-one, have you share your screen and be there to help you, guide you through the process.
That'd be great. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yep. Sorry.
Brittany?
Yes.
Hey, it's Claudia.
Hi,
Agents should be mindful that they're setting up an agent profile
Mhm.
and not a client profile, because that's
Right.
a very common mishap that occurs.
Absolutely.
So it should absolutely look like a realtor profile and not a client profile, as if you were a buyer out there trying to save properties.
Right. You'll notice that on the invitation that I sent to everybody to join today's class, there was an attachment, and that attachment is your 2021 online profile checklist. If you use the links in that, it will take you to the agent hubs versus the consumer platforms for both Zillow and Realtor. I would highly encourage you to use those links rather than just saying, you know, going to Zillow and going to realtor.com. But that's, yes, or Claudia, that's exactly correct. What I wanted to talk about is your past sales and listings now. Because of the NorCal MLS Alliance, if you are say you're on the buyer side of a transaction and the listing agent was in a different MLS or a member of a separate MLS than yours, what they're finding, and it's a glitch that they know about and hopefully will be fixed soon, is that the listing agent is able to search for this buyer agent, but they are not able to include the buyer agent from another MLS in that transaction on their MLS. So when it syndicates out and it hits your profiles, it's not going to hit your profile if you're on the buyer side of the sale. And that's happening. So what you want to do is make sure that you're adding your listings to, and your past sales to your profiles online, and just double checking those. So if you've been on a buyer side of a deal, it's probably time to hop into your profile and make sure that those buyer sides are included on your different profiles. To do that in Zillow, you just go to add past sale, and you're going to go to add sale, and you want to type the address, and it's going to pull up that address for you, and you can claim it as being the buyer side agent. You'll put in your whether you want to add that to your profile, the sale day, the closing price will all kind of come in, but you can make a couple of edits there, and then add that sale to your list of past sales. And this is going to be a very similar process for Realtor.com. And again, I apologize. I was unable, both the incognito and on mine, to log into either of the two profiles that I had access to today. So I don't know if it's a me glitch or a Realtor.com glitch, but what I'll do is I'll include a past class that I've done on the profile. So if you do need some help with the Realtor.com portion of it, it'll be included in that recap or that video recording as well. Now I'm going to pause for Zillow and see if we have any other questions here for Zillow.
I do.
Okay, go for it.
I'm Natalie Whistler, and I've been a realtor for 26 years.
Awesome.
But I used to pay Zillow to get leads for buyer agents, and I stopped about maybe 3 years ago, and now I do my own buyers. And ever since I stopped, I have 90 great testimonials on Zillow, but ever since I stopped paying, when I request a review, my clients don't get it from Zillow anymore. Also, when I tried to put the last 2 sales in, the pictures were all taken off of Zillow. It says the broker removed them. I checked with the other agent. She didn't, and her broker didn't remove them. But Zillow must have removed them. And I tried to reach out to Zillow, and I can't get my sales on there anymore. So I think they're playing a game with us, just like they're selling properties now. And it's very difficult. I showed one the other day, and it was already in escrow. I got there with my client, and the buyer was there, the home inspector was there, and the agent, and it's like, we're already in escrow. Well, why did they give me the code to go in then? So be weary of Zillow.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because in the past, before Zillow became their own brokerage, I would encourage agents to request their reviews and testimonials on and through Zillow. I no longer do that. Main reason is they're a competitor now, right? Why would I send my clients to my competition? And because they have so much control, just like you're talking about. It is kind of a little bit of an issue, because Zillow is this giant, that's what everybody goes to. But What I highly encourage agents now to do is to create a Google My Business account and request all of your testimonials to your Google My Business.
That's right.
Two reasons. One, I would say 90% of us all have a Gmail account already. So it's easy for them. They don't have to create that brand new contact or that brand new account like they would if they weren't already didn't have an account with Zillow. And two, it's right there. So if somebody organically looks up your name, your Google My Business account is going to pop up and it's going to give you your 5 stars and those testimonials right there. So they're not going anywhere other than to your website to view those testimonials. And that is, and you can take those testimonials then and put them onto your personal website and put them where you need to put them. So Google My Business is your #1 spot for testimonials. Stop sending your contacts to our competitor.
One more thing I want to say about Zillow is it's kind of scary, but there's an agent that's going to give a class on this pretty soon, but they're saying that they are poaching our clients. So, you know, when we go on a listing appointment, we want to see, oh, what do they think this house is worth? As soon as you put that address in there on their website, they are taking that address and they are mailing to your person that they're interested in possibly buying that listing. So I wouldn't put the address in Zillow anymore. Just another, watch out.
I appreciate that. That's good. A good insight. I have a couple of hands open, so I'm just I see Janine Wakefield. I see your hand up out there.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was wondering about reviews as well, because I feel like I get them from different places, because some of the companies make it easier, like realtor.com will say, oh, you just closed. Do you want to ask for a review? And I didn't know how you get somebody to give you a review on Google without saying, can you Google my name and give me a review? Is there a place that you can send them one of those automated?
Yeah, within your Google My Business account, there is actually you can either do 2 things. You can get a link to request it, and it'll take them directly to give you a review there. And I believe you can send a email out from your account. So what I will do is I will find maybe a couple snapshots, and I'll include those in the recap to everybody so that you have a clear way of getting those Google reviews.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Great question. Oh, I see the 2 hands that I still have up are Matt and Noni, and I believe you guys already chatted or had your question. So anything else I can assist or answer with Zillow? It is kind of this like green giant that we have to deal with, but it's going to be all of us making the effort to bow away from Zillow and finding new ways to request those testimonials, but we do still want to have our profiles there for people to be able to look us up. Lisa Wu, I have your hand up. Can I answer your question?
Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
My question is not about Zillow.
Okay.
It's about the business profile. I need your help to help me with the website domain.
Okay.
Yeah, I already sent you the email. So would you update that, and I could update my business?
Oh, Lisa, yeah, you know what? Your who you purchased. This is kind of side note, so I apologize to everybody. Lisa, whoever the company that you purchased your account for won't let me forward your domain unless you verify your account with them. So you should see an email from them or hop into your account, because they have to ask you those, like, what was your first pet's name, that kind of stuff, before I'm able to forward it for you, and then I can hop back in.
Oh, in that case, I haven't got an email, so
okay.
What should I do?
Yeah, let me give you a call after the class today.
Thank you.
No problem.
I have one more input to help everybody.
I love it.
So after you get your Google reviews, or if you have them, in 5 places like I do, the one thing you can do on realtor.com is you can add them to realtor.com as recommendations. And I did that with a bunch of my Zillow reviews because I don't know if Zillow is going to just make them all go away.
Right.
So you might want to keep any reviews somewhere else for now. And one place you can do it is realtor.com at this point, and you can put it as a recommendation because a buyer can go in or a seller and search, who has the most reviews or, how many either reviews or recommendations. And I come up way high because I have a whole bunch of recommendations because I just copied them over there. Just a little help.
No, I like it. That's a great idea.
One more thing. The people that after you ask your question and you raised your hand, the way to make the hand go down is you just click on the hand again.
There you go.
And it'll go, and your hand will go down.
Thank you, Natalie. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move over to Facebook. And if you have questions regarding Zillow, go ahead and put those into the chat, and I will address those a little bit later. So Facebook business profiles, super important. 2 reasons you need to have a business page, one is you cannot set up any automated posting on your behalf unless you have a business page. So if you have a personal profile, that's fantastic, but you are not able to do any automated posting. So when we have the upcoming social media concierge, you will need to have a business profile or business page created for yourself and your business. Second reason is if you want to do any boosting via Facebook, you need to have a business page. Same thing goes for Instagram. I don't go over Instagram and your profile on this class because this is from a desktop device. Plus, there's not too much to create or include in Instagram. Main thing for both of them is going to be to not have a fictitious name. Obviously, if you need to have your name as part of your business page, you need to include your license number in either the name of your business page or make sure it is included in the More section in the About. Okay, so when you click into your About section, you're able to go to the About here and add in your license number into this section here. So you don't necessarily need it to be in the name of your company. It is probably a good thing to do, but you do need to have your license number, your DRE number here in the About section of your business page. So you can either have it as your title here or in the About section of your business page. When we were talking about earlier about consistency between logos and your cover images, you do want to make sure that if you're using a cover image here, you also can add a cover image to realtor.com and to your LinkedIn profiles. All 3 of those cover images should be the same. All 3 should have the same profile picture for you. So if you're updating, which is fun to do, it's something that gets posted to everybody who's following your business page. So maybe once a month or once a quarter you pop in. Just make sure that you're consistently changing this between all of your platforms that you have those cover images on, which is going to be realtor.com again, Facebook, and your LinkedIn accounts. So main things here: license number, no fictitious name, and making sure that your profile information is complete. Going back to the About section, this is really important information. So you want to have your hours of operation in there. You want to have your additional contact information. You want to have your website and your email address and anything else that you want to add in. Make sure this is completely filled out. And the other really good thing for Facebook, and this is not a social media class, but you do want to make sure that you've got your notifications to yourself set up. So hop into your settings, or if you're not familiar with Facebook, having a business page, please take a social media class so that you can go into your settings and make sure in real time you're receiving any notifications you get to your Facebook business page, and making sure that you have those mobile applications added to your phone. Same thing with your LinkedIn account. Okay, so you want to make sure that your license number is included in the About You information. You want to have a consistent background with your other platforms, which I can tell you right now, I am preaching, I'm preaching to the choir because I need to go in and make sure I update this from to match my Facebook, and I don't have a realtor.com, so my Facebook and LinkedIn cover images have the same consistent profile headshot, and making sure that your contact information is listed there for you. This is more of a professional platform. So your main 3 social medias to set up are going to be Facebook Business, Instagram Business Profile, and a LinkedIn profile. It's not necessary to be consistently posting to all of them. You do want to have pretty updated posting, but mainly what you want to focus, and the focus of this class, is to make sure that no matter where somebody lands on your profile, they have the same information on all of the different profiles and they're able to get a hold of you and find out more about you. Now, some extra ones we're going to talk about today, and the Google My Business came up. There is a link on that checklist for you to click through. It is you'll be prompted through the process for Google My Business. One thing I do want to note to everybody is once you get to the completion of your Google My Business profile, there is a verification that needs to be done. That verification is going to come to you in the form of a postcard. And so you'll get a postcard, you'll have a verification code. Once you put that code in there, then you'll have an active Google My Business account. What does that look like? What does a Google My Business account look like? If you're not familiar, when you organically search someone's name, this portion here is what a Google My Business account is. So it's got, the hours of operation, it's got her name and where she's at. Her 20 Google reviews are right here for you to look at, and then where she's located. Second little nuance of a Google My Business account is when you put your address in, it's probably going to pull up the Coldwell Banker business. You do not want to claim Coldwell Banker Realty. You are your own entity separate from the office. So don't claim Coldwell Banker, but you can be, as she is here, Nibadita Das, Coldwell Banker Realty, or Janine Wakefield, Coldwell Banker Realty, Walnut Creek, however you want to title the name of your business, but don't claim Coldwell Banker Walnut Creek, because then you're taking the actual branch office, trying to claim that business profile. In addition, each and every listing concierge package, except for, of course, the bronze, comes with a dot signal writer. The dot signal writer is a geo-targeting of your listing. It provides whoever's there a text number where they can text that number in and get a digital brochure of the listing. That digital brochure comes through with your contact information and your profile information, and unless you have hopped into Dot Signal and uploaded some of the stuff in here, you're definitely going to want to put this on your to-do list before your next listing. You're just going to pop into Dot Signal. You want to go to the real estate login. Your login is going to be your email address, so your Coldwell Banker Realty, your CB Realty or CB NorCal, your password, and these instructions are on that checklist again. Your password is your first name, capital first name, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be across the board for any accounts. You can then come in and change your account password, and then also update your profile and bio. So you upload that photo, put in some about me, add your license number, and then you want to put in those social links. That way, when some potential client pulls up, requests that digital brochure, they get links to your social media, they're following you online, They can check out other listings or other, things that you have online, and you're easily accessible. So I bring this up. You have a profile here. It's potential that someone is going to receive one of your digital flyers. What's nice about Signal too is that when a client when someone is at your listing, pops in that text home number, you also receive that as a lead. So you get their phone number, their first and last name, and you can, in real time, while they're potentially at your listing, be able to get a hold of them and see if they have any questions or would like to see the property. So again, instructions for .signal are on the checklist. The link for .signal is on the checklist. Just make sure that you pop in and update your profile within .signal. And Janine, I see your hand up.
I occasionally have a problem with my LinkedIn URL for some reason. I don't remember where I was trying to put it, but sometimes it does not. It says it was incorrect.
Interesting.
I know, and how do you find, if you don't know what it is it in your LinkedIn bio profile? Do you go into LinkedIn to grab that?
Yeah, so you would sign into LinkedIn, right? And then you want to go to your profile, and this is the link that you want to use here. So once you see your banner, just your photo, not the actual feed from everybody's, you want to make sure you're on your profile page, and you'll see just fantastic Brittany Franson, and that's the link that you want to use.
Okay.
Okay.
I will try again. I don't remember what I was trying to get it on one time, but I tried it 4 times and it was it's invalid. So it might have been on my website. It might have been on CB in Touch. Not sure.
If it is, yeah, I would say probably check Coldwell Banker Homes and then Coldwell Banker and your CB in Touch. If you still run into something, let me know. Shoot me an email and I'll try and get it fixed for you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Let's see, I think there's another hand up. Let me just double check here. Just no knees. Okay. Well, if there are no questions, I will do my best to get the answer and the instructions for the Google reviews and how to request those from your account. I will also reach out to Matt, Lori, and Lisa here after the class. I will be providing a recap of what we went over today and the recording. If you have any questions though, or you're running into anything, that's kind of what that checklist is for. So you want to keep the digital so you've got all the links, but maybe print it out for yourself. And as you're going through each platform, write down any issues or questions that you're running up against, and then schedule an appointment to meet with your field marketing specialist. We are here to assist you with those different issues and questions. But thank you very much for joining my class today. I hope it was insightful and informative. I hope it helps you sell more homes and make more money. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Thank you.